My name is Peter Nate Agbayuma, and you are live on ZIMBO TV GH on our news. And to the headlines, IMF reaches staff level agreement with Ghana for 385 million US dollars disbursement. And also, NALAG pushes for motorbike for assembly members await 2026 budget inclusion. Also in NPP Flagbearer ship race, Kennedy Agyapong takes fourth and Bawumia third on the ballot paper. And also to come, we have Wontumi being released from police custody after meeting bail conditions. Let's settle for the details of the story now, and we begin from South Tonu, and we're starting with the National Democratic Congress in South Tonu constituency that is marking 10 months since the party victories in the general elections. According to Yao Amako, a member of the NDC in South Tonu district of the Volta region, the party has made significant progress in governance, with the district chief executive and member of parliament working tirelessly to deliver results. The constituency has also benefited from key appointments, including a deputy chief of staff in charge of operations, deputy CEO of Senate Investment, and chairman of a National Olympic Committee, among others. These appointments are seen as opportunity to influence national development and bring impact to the constituency. As the party looks to the future, Amako notes that the upcoming constituency executive elections will be a crucial moment for renewal and strengthening the grassroots base. The party will be electing 7 key positions, and the outcome is expected to shape the party's direction in the constituency. With President Mahama's announcement that he will not seek a second term, the NDC is set to embark on a new chapter, and South Tonu's role in the party's national dynamics is expected to be significant. Yamako emphasizes the need for unity, strategy, and discipline within the party to ensure continued success. The article concluded highlighting the party's commitment to transforming lives, shaping communities, and keeping faith with the people who trusted them with their hopes. Now let's take you to the International Monetary Fund IMF that has reached a start level agreement with government of Ghana to conclude the fifth review of the country's 3 billion US dollars extended credit facility ECF. Once approved by the IMF executive board, Ghana will unlock 385 million US dollars in fresh funding. This development signals continued confidence in the country's economic recovery trajectory. The IMF mission, led by Ruben Atoyan, held discussions with Ghanaian authorities in Accra from September 29th to October 10th, 2025, focusing on the nation's policy and reform progress under the ECF agreement approved in May 2023. The new disbursement will bring total IMF support to about 2.83 billion US dollars since the start of the program. According to the IMF, macroeconomic stabilization is taking hold, supported by stronger growth, falling inflation, and a rebounding cedi. Growth in the first half of 2025 outperformed expectations, driven by robust services and agricultural inputs, whilst international reserve accumulation exceeded program's targets. The cedi also recorded significant appreciation by strong export performance, particularly in gold and cocoa. The fund projects Ghana's economic growth to reach 4.8% in 2026, with inflation stabilizing within the Bank of Ghana's 8 plus or minus 2% target bound, paving the way for gradual monetary easing. Ghana's current account surplus is expected to support continuing reserve build-up, although risks from global commodity price volatility persist. On the fiscal front, the government recorded a primary surplus of 1.1% of GDP in the first 8 months of 2025, on track to meet its 1.5% year-end target. The IMF commended authorities for maintaining fiscal discipline under the fiscal responsibility framework, which aims to achieve sustainable budget surpluses throughout 2026. The statement also highlighted notable progress in Ghana's energy sector reforms, including the renegotiation of legacy debts and power purchase agreement with Independent Power Producers (IPPs). The adoption of quarterly tariff adjustments and improved payment mechanisms have enhanced sector stability and transparency. Debt restructuring efforts under the G20 Common Framework are advancing steadily. Ghana has finalized bilateral deals with 5 creditor nations and continuous negotiation with remaining commercial creditors. The IMF noted that Ghana's debt sustainability outlook has improved, reflecting discipline in fiscal management and upgraded macroeconomic performance. Monetary policy has also shifted to support growth, with inflation trending downward, and Bank of Ghana has reduced its policy rate by 650 basis points to 21.5%, whilst maintaining a structured foreign exchange framework to smooth market volatility and strengthen reserves. In the fiscal sector, in a financial year, authorities are executing a reform and recapitalization plan for state-owned banks expected to conclude by end of 2025. Measures to reduce non-performing loans and booster crisis management framework are underway to safeguard financial stability. The IMF also acknowledged progress on governance and transparency reform, with a new governance diagnostic assessment completed and set for publication. The fund urged continued oversight of state-owned enterprises, particularly in the gold, cocoa, and energy sectors, to enhance accountability and efficiency. The IMF team expressed appreciation to Finance Minister Dr. Kesel Atofoxen, Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Maxwell Opoku Afari, and other government officials for their continued cooperation and commitment to the reforms. The 5th ECF review marks a major milestone in Ghana's ongoing economic turnaround. With inflation easing, fiscal discipline improving, and debt restructuring progressing, the IMF forthcoming disbursement could reinforce confidence among investors and developers all over the world. Now let's take you to local governance system in Ghana, where the National Association of Local Authorities of Ghana, known as NALAG, has provided an update on the status of motorbike procurement for assembly members across the country. Despite challenges and delays, NALAG confirmed that the process is moving forward, with credible suppliers expressing interest and submitting their letters of intent. According to NALAG President Honorable Alfred Asiedu Agyapong, the association has drafted a collective resolution and submitted it to the Ministry for Local Governance and the Minister for Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, with a request for inclusion in the 2026 national budget. The procurement process is expected to follow government procedures, ensuring transparency and accountability. According to Alfred Asiedu, the NALAG president, he says that their collective goal is not to secure the buys for assembly members, but also to ensure that this time the quality, durability, and sustainability are an improvement over the previous supplies. This development aims to enhance the mobility and operational efficiency of assembly members, enabling them to effectively discharge their duties and serve their constituents. NALAG efforts are geared towards prioritizing the needs and welfare of assembly members, underscoring the importance of local governance in the national development. Earlier on today, our infographic at ZIMBO TV GH has informed you that today being Friday, the new Patriotic Party will go for their Flagbearer aspirant balloting, and results have shown that the party has been able to do that along the day of Friday. The exercise, who took place at the party's headquarters in Accra on Friday, October 10, 2025, saw former Asin Central MP Kennedy Agyapong draw the #1 spot, placing him at the top of the ballot. Dr. Brian Agyapong, former Minister for Agriculture, picked the second slot, whilst former Vice President Dr. Bawumia, widely considered a front-runner in the race, selected the third position. Former Education Minister Dr. Educhum and former General Secretary of the party, Kobina Agyapong, drew the fourth and fifth position respectively. The ballot was supervised by the NPP National Elections Committee in line with internal electoral guidelines outlined on July 29, 2025. Let's now conclude our bulletin and take you to court, where the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Enchi Besiako, popularly known as Wontumi, has been released from police custody after fulfilling bail requirements set by the High Court in Accra. His release comes 3 days after he was granted bail in two separate rulings related to an ongoing illegal mining case involving Akunta Mining Company Limited. Wontumi, who had pleaded not guilty to all charges, is accused of facilitating unlicensed money operations and unlawfully assigning minerals rights without ministerial approval. In the first ruling, Justice Audrey Kokuvite granted him bail to a tune of 15 million Ghana cedis with 3 sureties, 2 of whom were required to justify with landed property. In a second case before Justice Ruby Ayete, both Wontumi and his co-accused Edward Akwaku, operations manager at Akuntan Mining, were granted bail of 10,000 million each, with 2 sureties, one to be justified with property. Although the bail was granted on Tuesday, October 7, administrative delays meant Wontumi remained in custody overnight. His legal team had confirmed that the court administrative offices had closed before the bond could be executed. During the week, his lawyer Enoch Afukwa told City Eyewitness News earlier that he intended to go back to the court on Wednesday to attend to the registrar and ensure the needed administrative processes are duly followed. Meanwhile, Chairman Wontumi is expected to reappear in court later this month as the trial continues. Here brings us to the end of our bulletin here in our studio. Do follow us for news, quick updates, and broadcasting from our studio here at Dabala Junction. My name is Peter Nate Agbayuma. Thanks for watching.